I think social media has destroyed children's mental health.
Human brain was not designed for social media at all. You're not supposed to wake up in the morning, pick up your phone, and see a video of a guy getting his head chopped off.
Guys, we're living in a terrifying reality where 76% of teens are bullied online.
We see rates of depression and anxiety and suicide and loneliness going up among young people.
There are three primary reasons why social media is harmful for teens. It creates a culture of comparison. It's designed for addiction, and it has a dangerous algorithm. Social media contributes to a culture of comparison. So many of our young people are looking for identity, are looking for who they are, and are figuring that out in this wide world. And unfortunately, they're turning to social media. And what social media does is it presents a false narrative. It can put forth maybe just the best and maybe not all of what reality is going on. It'll only put what the silver lining, not everything else that goes on. And what it does, what social media has done, is it is putting images in front of young people of unobtainable beauty standards or things that are not real life, and it's causing them severe harm to look at these types of things.
I think social media has destroyed children's mental health. I think people are addicted to it and don't admit it to themselves, and I have a tremendous amount of fear about where this is headed. I'm thrilled to see Australia ban social media for kids 16 and under. I don't think phones belong in schools, and we're complete idiots for allowing kids to have phones on them when they're supposed to be in a school environment learning. We know based on the research that if your phone is next to you, even if you and I had a phone here and it was face down, both parts of our brain that show that we're now thinking about something else, like our ability to pay attention, it is actually implicated by somebody else's phone near us, just like an 8-ball of cocaine would be. And yet we're allowing it. And I think it's sad.
We're talking about psychological warfare targeting our children. New research shows that TikTok starts feeding harmful content like eating disorders, self-harm, and within minutes of a child signing up. They don't even have to search for it. All it takes is pausing for a few seconds after they sign up. The algorithm finds them, and TikTok doesn't even mirror what the teen likes. It hunts for their weakness, and once it finds it, it feeds it back to them over and over again. Right now, teens are spending more than 90 minutes a day on TikTok. That's longer than they spend with their family, longer than they spend exercising, longer than they spend planning and dreaming about their future. And what are they seeing? One study found that over 50% of TikTok's top mental health videos romanticize anxiety, depression, and self-harm, making illness seem normal and even desirable. Meanwhile, depression rates among teens have more than doubled in the past decade. Self-harm hospitalizations for girls are up by more than 150% since TikTok and similar apps took over their lives. Now, this isn't just a glitch. This isn't an accident. This is a system working exactly the way it was designed. The longer your children watches, the more vulnerable they become. The more vulnerable they become, the longer they watch. And it's a vicious cycle, and TikTok profits from every single second of it. We're losing a generation to engineered despair. And most of us are just scrolling by while it happens right in front of us. TikTok isn't just an app, it's a machine, one that's breaking kids apart from the inside out. By the time that you see the damage on the surface, the real destruction is already done. If we don't wake up now, there might not be anything left to save later.
Guys, we're living in a terrifying reality where 76% of teens are bullied online. And most of it stems from school social dynamics. Schools have created a torture system that follows your child home 24/7. The digital torture is that 76% of teens report online bullying, and 90% of school-based social problems continue home online. Your child can't escape the school's social hierarchy, and home no longer becomes a safe space. So let's talk about the school to social media pipeline. First, schools create artificial social hierarchies, popular versus unpopular, determined by arbitrary factors. And social media only amplifies school-based exclusion. Bullying that used to end at 3 p.m. now continues home 24/7. The mental health destruction is insane. Constant social comparison and judgment. fear of missing out on school social events, online harassment from school peers, sleep disruption from social media anxiety. Parents can't protect their kids from school social dynamics. So what's the solution? Parent-led education eliminates the toxic school hierarchies, and maybe reevaluating your child's use of social media addresses the toxic online ones. Instead, kids can develop genuine friendships based on shared interests, not artificial age segregation and social competition. Comment torture if school's social problems are destroying your child's peace at home.
We see rates of depression and anxiety and suicide and loneliness going up among young people. And I'm concerned that social media is an important driver of that youth mental health crisis. This is the defining public health issue of our time, youth mental health.
Research shows 95% of teens are on social media. More than a third say they're on constantly. And teens spend an average of 3.5 hours each day on these kinds of apps, something research shows can double the risk of experiencing symptoms of depression and anxiety.
How many of you, do you all know someone who has confided in you that they were having suicidal thoughts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every single one of you. Why do you think it is that we're all having such a hard time?
I just think technology has done a lot of great things for us, but it also has just completely overwhelmed us with so much of the bad news.
Right. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, these are weaponized. You have social statisticians and scientists and researchers and people in lab coats, literally best minds of our generation, figuring out how to addict you to the news.
Yes.
And if you fall for it, if you get addicted, your brain will get destroyed. And I think this is the modern struggle.
You are the product that social media sells. These services are free because they are monetizing you. They profit by helping advertisers change your future behavior, whether that be where you spend your time, how you spend your money, or even who you vote for. They need to figure out which ads are going to influence you by collecting as much data about you as they possibly can.
I think part of the reason social media is so unbelievably toxic, there's two reasons I think. One is it's free. So that's the wrong cost. It's like you can say something to 1 million people for free. And so then maybe you say something stupid, caustic, bitter, and miserable. And if you've been on Twitter, you've probably done that and certainly seen it. And there's zero cost to it. You can do it, but then it's even worse, because one of the things that's very interesting about social media is that people will absolutely say things that they would never say to anyone face to face, even once. And why won't they do that? Why will they do that? Well, it's because if they said it face to face, something not good would happen. And it might be, some of the time it would be that they would actually get hit.
Starting January 1st, 2026, children under the age of 16, if the parents allow them more than 1 hour of social media a day, they can be fined for up to $7,500.
Human brain was not designed for social media at all. You're not supposed to wake up in the morning, pick up your phone, and see a video of a guy getting his head chopped off, a post about World War III being around the corner, and then a picture of your ex in their new relationship. 10 minutes into your day and you're convinced the world is ending, your anxiety's through the roof, you feel lonely, and you haven't even gone outside yet, and then you do go outside and the sun is shining, people are smiling and laughing, the birds are chirping, absolutely nothing is wrong. So you started your day by scrolling Instagram for 5 minutes before you got out of bed, and now you feel horrible because the human mind is not meant to comprehend all these things at once, especially when there are things like World War III's happening, this guy just died, this bombing just happened. We're not supposed to get all this information in such a short amount of time. This is why we need to bring back third places in our society. In our parents' age, after work, people would go places and socialize, have a drink, grab dinner with friends, go golfing, go to the pool club, literally do anything with other human beings face to face. Now people come home from work, plant their butt on the couch, get in bed, and scroll TikTok, scroll Instagram for hours on end, and fry their brains, give themselves self-induced anxiety and depression, and it's no wonder why everyone's miserable nowadays. Get an in-person group of friends, go hang out in real life, put social media down. I'm addicted too. We're all addicted to this shit, and it's horrible for you. Horrible.
Adolescents' brains are still developing the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for impulse control, planning, and emotional regulation. This makes them especially vulnerable to the addictive design, prioritizing the instant gratification of the app over longer term. Healthy activities like homework, face-to-face socialization, or outdoor play, in the case of dopamine addiction and reinforcement of dysregulated behavior. Social media platforms are deliberately engineered using psychological principles to maximize user engagement and time spent on the app, creating an addictive reward loop that interferes with healthy brain development. When a child posts content and it receives likes, comments, or shares, the brain's reward center is activated, releasing dopamine, a feel-good chemical. This creates an unpredictable, variable reward system similar to a slot machine. The teen compulsively returns to the app, seeking the next hit of validation. As always, thank you for watching my video. I truly appreciate you. See you on the next video. Like, comment, subscribe.